So the Gondwana Orchestra was, the idea was, as a composer, I was starting to bring more and more musicians into the equation, so I decided to give the collective of musicians a name, so it wasn't just Matthew Halsall, because there was a lot of people involved in the record. So the Gondwana Orchestra is all the musicians that have supported me and played on my records. So. Most of it starts on the piano or the bass. I write all the music on a computer software, and I also was really influenced by taking drum loops and percussion loops on Into Forever and then playing over the top and reacting to that sound. And I approached it a bit more like a DJ producer thing. I wanted a mixture of tempos and mixture of genres, so I didn't want it to be straight jazz. I didn't want it to be kind of it's a mixture of like classical, ambient, jazz, a bit of soul in there, and a bit of drum and bass and electronica sort of produced stuff. So that's represents more of what I listened to than previous albums. So it was about finding more of my own voice. Yeah, the instrumentation. I consider myself as much a listener as a composer and a musician, and I get excited by quite unusual instruments. So there's Indian bansuri flutes, there's Japanese kotos, there's the Celtic and orchestral harps, double bass drums, piano, percussion, string section, and the vocalists, two different vocalists. And for me, I like lots of colour and diversity in my music, as I do in my life. So it was again just trying to pull as much as possible together. I think it's a very healthy music scene now. I think that there's there's a lot of music colleges and courses. So there's the Royal Northern College of Music, there's Salford University, there's the Manchester School of Sound, and they're all like slightly different. So the School of Sound's more electronica producers and DJs, and then the classical musicians come from the RNCM. And then Salford University is like more pop and kind of soul and rock, but they're all meeting at jam sessions and creating music together, and it's a really interesting time with the jazz as well. In the jazz world, there's a jazz club called Matt and Fred's Jazz Club, and when I was growing up, that was the melting pot of all the jazz musicians in Manchester and the Northwest, and a lot of the musicians from Cinematic Orchestra all met and hung out there, and that's where I started my career in Manchester. It's an honour. It's a very special festival, and when I mentioned to people in the industry that I was playing here, they were all like, "Oh, Gent's a very big festival. I've never been here before, and the lineup is brilliant. So again, very diverse, which suits my way of listening to music. So I'm looking forward to Max Richter later, and yeah, it's great.